Here we have our clarinet case from your point of view, and we're going to take out the upper body joint and we're going to set up the first half of our clarinet. So you have two longer pieces here, one of which has these four keys set up kind of like a grid like that, and then you have one of these that has these four side keys. And you want the upper body joint, which is the one with the four side keys. So take that out carefully, and it should have this teardrop key on the back as well as our F hole here. Now that we have our upper body joint out, we're going to take our mini instrument in our right hand, which again is the mouthpiece and the barrel connected with the mouthpiece setup, and we're going to find the upper part of our upper body joint. There's a teardrop key and the F hole. Up from that, this is where your barrel and upper body joint are going to come together, and you don't want to just push them straight down. You want to make sure that you have a solid grip on your mouthpiece with as little contact and pressure on these rods and keys as possible. These are very bendable, and you can do some real damage to your instrument just by assembling your clarinet incorrectly. So I'm putting a lot of my hand on the parts where there are no rods and lightly gripping it, and I'm going to use gentle twisting motions. Notice how my right hand here is not touching the ligature. I'm trying to avoid moving that reed, and I'm just doing light twisting motions to connect my upper body joint and our mini instrument. Now, there is a certain way these need to be lined up. Find your teardrop key, and then find your mouth or your reed, and those two need to be lined up. So I'm going to twist it until they're lined up like that. Teardrop key straight up to our reed. Now let's talk about our left hand position. So for now, take your right hand and put it around the barrel, just like that. And you're going to take your left thumb and you're going to put it at a 45-degree angle like that. And you're going to place it over the F hole. I'll come around and show that to you. Left thumb at that angle over the F hole, and you're going to make sure that it's touching our teardrop key. This is called the register key. This is really important for what we're doing later. So 45-degree angle, squishy bit of my thumb, not the tip, squishy bit of my thumb on the F hole, and it's lightly resting against this register key. Not pushing it, just resting against it. Now, take your left hand, wiggle it out. See that natural position it just comes to, relaxed? That is what you're going to put over the three holes on the front. So this is kind of what your left hand looks like when you're not. This is how your left hand looks. Let me show you the front. And again, use the pictures on this website to double check these. These three holes on the clarinet, those are what you cover with the squishy bits of your hand. Notice how my left hand is in a natural position. My fingers are slightly curved. It's kind of like I'm eating a sandwich. Over those three holes, nice and natural. Keeping my fingers slightly curved and in a natural position, and covering each one of these holes with the squishy bits, the pads of my fingers. That is the left hand position. Now that we have the top half of our clarinet set up, we know how to tongue, we know how to form our embouchure, we know how to hold our left hand, making sure curved fingers, pads, 45-degree angle on the thumb, resting gently against the register key. We're going to briefly talk about posture. Make sure that you're sitting in your chair, well, you're sitting in a chair, not on a bed or not on the floor. Make sure that your knees are slightly below where your hips are at. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed but tall, not curved over. Hold up your clarinet, go to your anchored position. Try not to break your reed. And get that 45-degree angle-ish. And find your left hand position. And this should be just about where you're at. For now, we're having our right hand up on the barrel. And we can actually play some of the first notes in our book on just the left half of our instrument. So I'm going to demonstrate. This is number 1.